It is told, O wise and noble reader, that in a land far away and a time long forgotten, there lived a poor man with his only son. His beloved wife had passed away, leaving behind a heartbroken husband and a child too young to understand the weight of sorrow. So the father became both mother and father to his little one, raising him with love and care, though his days were hard and his pockets always empty. The man worked as a porter in the bustling marketplace, carrying heavy loads for a few copper coins. Each morning, he would take his son with him, for the child could no longer bear staying alone in their quiet home since his mother's passing. Now it happened one day, on a day like no other, that the market was more crowded than it had ever been. Voices filled the air like the buzzing of bees, and bodies pressed against one another as merchants shouted and customers bargained. And in that chaos, fate played its cruel game. While the man was busy with his work, the boy wandered a few steps away and vanished. When the father looked around, his son was nowhere to be seen. He called out, "My child, where are you?" But the market swallowed his voice. He ran from stall to stall, from street to alley, asking every soul he met, but none had seen the boy. His heart pounded with fear and his hands shook as he whispered, "How could he disappear so quickly?" Then, in the corner of the market, he saw a small doll, his son's favorite toy. He picked it up with trembling fingers and said to himself, "I shall not stop searching until I find you, my dear. I will do the impossible for your sake." So the poor porter searched the crowded streets, his eyes darting left and right, his voice calling into the air, "Where are you, my son?" But no voice answered, and the market grew darker in his eyes, though the sun still shone above. He asked the merchants, the beggars, the guards, yet none had seen the boy. And as despair gripped his heart, a strange thing happened. Out of the crowd stepped a woman unlike any other he had seen. She was dressed in a gown that shimmered like the stars of heaven, and her hair flowed black as night over her shoulders. Her eyes held secrets older than time, and her voice was soft, yet clear as the wind. She said, "I see you are searching for something dear." The porter, though wary, answered, "Yes, my lady. My son is lost, and my heart is breaking." The woman's lips curled into a gentle smile. "Perhaps I can help you," she said. He hesitated, then replied, "I am but a poor man, a porter. I was working when my son disappeared. I have searched everywhere and found only his doll." The woman looked into his eyes and said, "Perhaps I have seen your son. But first, tell me, how much does he mean to you?" "He is everything I have in this world," the man said. "I live for him alone. But who are you?" "You do not know me," she replied, "but you and I may be more alike than you think. Come with me and I shall help you." And so the porter followed the mysterious woman beyond the edge of the city, where the sands of the desert whispered ancient songs. There she stopped and turned to him. "Before we go further," she said, "you must know something important. I am not human. I am a Jinni." The man stepped back in fear. "What do you want from me?" he asked, trembling. She said, "I saw your son in the market and took him, not to harm him, but to raise him as my own. He reminded me of a child I once had long ago when I married the son of the king of the Jinn in secret. When the king discovered our marriage, he was furious. He tore us apart and took my son away. I have not seen him since." The porter cried out, "But what of my son? I beg you, let me see him." "He is safe," said the Jinni calmly. "He is in a place better than any you could give him. But if you wish to see him again, you must help me." "What must I do?" asked the porter. "Help me rescue my own son from the king of the Jinn," she said. "Only then will I return yours." Though the task seemed beyond belief, the porter's love for his son gave him courage. "Why me?" he asked. The Jinni answered, "Because I have watched you for a long time. I saw your love, your sacrifice, and your courage. You are the one who can help me, but the choice is yours." Moved by her story and feeling the pain of a parent who had lost a child, he agreed. "Tell me what I must do," she said. "There is a magical ring passed down through generations, now worn by the daughter of the city's ruler. With that ring, one can command even the king of the Jinn." "How can I obtain it?" he asked. "That," she said, "you must discover for yourself. But know this, you must be willing to sacrifice everything." So the porter returned home, deep in thought. At last he disguised himself as one of the palace guards and slipped inside the palace grounds. But before he reached the princess's chamber, a servant spotted him and shouted, "Thief!" He tried to escape, but the guards caught him and dragged him before the ruler. The king was angry and demanded to know why he had dared enter the palace. The porter bowed low and spoke. "O wise ruler, I am no thief. I came not for gold, but for a ring that can save my son. He was taken by a Jinni who asked for my help, and so I stand here, hoping you will believe me." The king laughed. "You speak of Jinn and lost children as if this were a tale. Guards, take him to the dungeon!" the porter shouted. "Please, I speak the truth. I only wish to save my child." But his words fell like stones in a dry well. He was locked away. That night the Jinni appeared to him in the darkness. "Do not lose hope," she said. "I have learned the king's daughter is gravely ill, and none can cure her. If you heal her, you may ask for the ring in return." "Can you help me heal her?" asked the porter. "Yes," said the Jinni. "You must go to the Valley of Life, where magical plants grow. But beware, a great black serpent guards it. To pass, you must find the leaves of the sleep tree, grind them into powder and cast it upon the serpent, and it will fall into slumber." And so the porter set out at dawn, facing many dangers, until at last he reached the Valley of Life. He found the sleep tree, gathered its leaves, and ground them well. Then he crept to the valley's heart, where the great serpent hissed and coiled. With steady hands, he threw the powder into its face, and the beast slept. He gathered the healing plants and rushed back to the palace. There, he boiled them in water and gave the drink to the princess. At first, nothing happened. The king's face grew stern. "You have failed," he said. "Prepare for your end." But then, a miracle. The princess opened her eyes, healthy, once more. The king was overcome with joy. "Ask for anything," he said. "I ask only for the ring," said the porter, "and I swear everything I told you is true." The king, amazed by the porter's honesty and courage, granted his request. The princess gave him the ring, and he thanked them both deeply. With the ring in hand, he returned to the desert. The Jinni was waiting. Together they traveled to a forgotten temple where the king of the Jinn dwelled. When they entered, the air trembled. The king of the Jinn appeared and mocked them. "You dare come here?" he roared. The porter raised the ring and said, "Return her son, or be destroyed." A beam of light shot from the ring, and the king of the Jinn, proud and powerful, was burned away. The Jinni wept with joy and drew her son from the depths of the earth. She embraced him and turned to the porter. "You have saved him. You are more than a father. You are a hero, and I have come to love you too." With a whisper, she brought back the porter's son. The boy slept in her arms, unharmed. The porter took him and held him close, tears in his eyes. "Go now," said the Jinni softly. "But know this, I will always watch over you, and if ever you need me, I will come." And so the porter returned home, his son safe once more. From that day on, he never let the boy leave his side. Life returned to its quiet ways, but he never forgot the day the world changed. And perhaps, just perhaps, somewhere in the desert winds, the Jinni still watches,